I was a Girl Scout when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it for the few years that I did it, and kind of thought Emily would feel the same. I enjoyed being a leader. It was fun. I like planning things and organizing things, so I got to plan a lot of the activities that we did. Another big issue I would say would be the parents, because some of them were very involved and they would come to the meetings, which was great, but they would sit, because we would be in the cafeteria at the elementary school, so they would sit at a table in the cafeteria and sit, and that was kind of their social hour. So it was sometimes hard to get them to be quiet so that the girls could hear what we were trying to do with them. So it was kind of funny. And then other parents, we had the opposite issue where the parents, were just eager to have the kids be dropped off and kind of get a free hour of babysitting out of it. So we actually had to have forms and have some sort of contact information so that when the meeting was over, we could call the parents and make sure that they would come back to pick up the kids. Probably halfway through, while we were a troop, the Adirondack Council merged with the Girl Scouts of the Northeast or Northeastern Council or whatever it was. And so we lost our local chapter. They merged with this bigger group, and it made it really difficult because then it was more Albany based, and more, it struck me at that point, it was more of a business. Like, they were very concerned with the products that we could sell, the money that we could bring in. And that was a little frustrating. When we were doing it, probably the last year, they started doing away with the badges that they had, that the girls could earn these badges, and they started this thing called journeys, and you did a lot of, things on your journey, and at the end of your journey, you maybe got some sort of a patch, but it wasn't like the little merit badges that you got along the way, which I think the girls preferred. And as leaders, it was very frustrating too, because it was, preachy. I don't know if that's the right word. It was more like school. And I don't know that I was qualified to direct the stuff that they were learning at that point. I mean, I look back on the Girl Scout period when Emily was involved in it. I had a lot of fun. I was really good friends with my co-leader. It was a great experience to hang out with the parents, with the other troop leaders. Like, I made a lot of friends doing it. It was almost, I think, as much fun for me as it was for the girls to do. So I missed it when it was over.
I didn't know much about being a leader, and I found another mother who didn't know much about being a leader, and we both decided to give it a try. So we had a very steep learning curve at the beginning, because we didn't really know much about corralling young children in a large group. We didn't have a place to meet. We didn't really understand any of the guiding principles of Girl Scouts. So we had a lot to learn. But we did, and we got really lucky. I think we had a great troop. They learned canoeing. They did a lot of hiking. They learned a lot about their community through community service events that we participated in. And they had to learn, all these different ways that people contribute to their community or don't contribute to their community. And they had to decide how, whether or not they were going to be the contributors, right? So that was, I think, really important for them. A lot of things that they probably would not have done on their own, they learned how to do because of Girl Scouts. It was thrilling for me to kind of watch them grow as people. Some of the things that I guess were less easy, selling cookies, because girls don't do that anymore. I mean, the moms all do it. I was also given the thankless job of being the cookie mom for my 2 children. What that meant was that You know, I collected all the orders, I ordered all the cookies. I'm sure my kids have vivid memories of cases and cases of cookies in our house, waiting to be picked up, and the somewhat grumbly phone calls. Could you come pick up your cookies, please? But I do think it was a wonderful experience for them while it lasted. I have very fond memories. They work hard to instill their girls with a sense of community and spirit. There's no political agenda, there's no religious agenda, there's no discrimination. I think it's a great organization. So, sign me up, only not anymore.